Hey everyone, this is Leo Young here with Impressive Reviews Episode 7, and we'll be going over Arrow Season 3, Episode 3, A Matter of Trust. So, I will be honest with you, I'm kind of tired tonight, but I'm still going through with this, and maybe it's just that, because in my opinion, I wasn't really a big, fan of this episode, I guess. I mean, I kind of find it ironic that if this video comes out tonight, this will be October 19th, 2016, which is also when the presidential debate happens, and then there's this mayor stuff going on. So there's a lot of politics going on tonight or today, and it's everywhere. Anywho, really, it was 6 out of 10. The other episodes were good, but this one was a 6 out of 10. The last act of the episode when the team came together, that's pretty much the highlight of the show. So let's get into it, and hope you enjoy. So in the beginning of the episode, Arrow's chasing someone while the team's watching him, and he catches them. And while he's interrogating, the team speaks if he's going to kill him or hurt him, I believe. People were talking while I was listening, and they really annoyed me. I don't have my own free space at the time. So Arrow drops him off a roof, but he says he doesn't know if he'll walk again. So that guy is either dead or alive. It doesn't matter. Now when he gets back, Arrow and Wild Dog have another argument for not letting him and the others go and fight beside him. And it's not long after Arrow chases a lead. Let me explain. So during the fight, the argument is not long. It doesn't take long because someone contacts Arrow or Felicity, and Arrow finds he follows the lead, and he finds that it's Felicity's boyfriend. I already forgot his name. I'm sorry, but he's going around saying, "Hey, listen, there's a guy out there killing people with arrows, and he kind of attacked Tobias Church and told him not to kill you." So he's talking about Prometheus. Arrow doesn't actually bring this up again, but they switch over to Diggle, who's in prison. And I'm just gonna give this whole it's you know what, nah, because there's something interesting. Now he's been arrested because of the false charges on him, and one thing you see is his cellmate is Deadshot. That's right, Floyd Lawton. He's alive, and that comes up with the saying: if there's no body, then they're not really dead. Now, back in Star City, Thea and Ollie have a mayoral meeting, and Oliver basically goes I did not even tell you you can hire Quentin as my deputy. And, well, Thea goes yeah, I know, I'm sorry. And this story goes off to involve some reporter. Again, I wasn't fully in my paying attention, but it all ends up for the best. So that night, Mad Dog and Artemis sneak out to do some gang recon, but Mad Dog's out for blood. He goes out and he attacks the boss. But the thing is, the boss, who he is clearly outmatched, is played by Cody Rhodes, the WWE star who had a fight with well, not a real fight, but well, a fight. No offense to the people who like WWE, with Oliver, yeah, Stephen Amell. I'm sorry. So he's kicking Mad Dog's behind. He's doing. You ever saw Batman, the third one, where Bane's just punching Batman in the face repeatedly? That's what he's doing in this scene. But Artemis saves him, and Mad Dog throws him into some chemicals, which we've seen in the trailer. Now later, or the next day, Oliver meets with a new DA, who's pissed off. And the reason is because he tells him about a vigilante in a hockey mask who killed the Stardust dealer, which we'll be calling him Stardust. So Oliver goes back to the cave. He gets angry at Mad Dog, and even Felicity does, because I forget. I didn't actually hear exactly what she said, but I think she said something about I thought I could never find a more reckless or dangerous vigilante than Oliver. I guess I was right. So later in the morgue, Stardust rises from the quote unquote dead, and he's wreaking havoc in the hospital. Now, before Arrow goes to deal with that, they have a Mr. Terrific and Ragman scene where he talks to him. It was kind of awkward, because Mr. Terrific brings up the fact that he's gay, and Ragman's like, I'm not gay. It's not like, hey, I'm gay. It's like, no, I'm married. Come on, buddy. I'm buddy. And Ragman's like, I'm not gay. It was just weird. But Terrific goes to speak to Felicity about the nuke that Dark fired, and she goes off saying, I blame myself. I dropped it on Haven's Rock, and it's because of me that he's here. Now, this is when Arrow gets like the update about something going on in the hospital, so he goes down to fight Stardust, and we pretty much see that Stardust has like, they say he doesn't feel pain, but like, uh, Arrow shoots, Green Arrow shoots an arrow in him. The cops shoot him in the back, but the thing is like, I don't care if you don't feel pain. If you get shot in the right place, you're going to die. There's no talking about that. Either way, they fight with each other, and this guy has super strength, and I'm not a real religious person, but if you know your biblical story, I think it kind of makes sense because his name is Samson, and it doesn't involve hair, but you know, if you know what I mean. That's what I got from it. So after the battle, Oliver escapes, really injured, but the others want to help him fight and find Samson, but he's still angry at Mad Dog for doing that thing. Uh, Now the DA and Oliver meet up again, but the DA says they met 12 years ago. Oliver stole his girlfriend, but the DA says he doesn't hold grudges, and we don't know about that. We'll see how he feels about it later. We'll see how he feels about a lot of things later, because he's a new character. So Thea walks in telling him about a reporter she met with, and then she shows him the news. All right, the reporter took Thea's words and spinned it around, and she said, "quote." Well, she didn't say this. It said in the little bottom part that quote unquote Mayor Queen is asleep at the wheel because he doesn't know what's going on in his own group. Now, again, Curtis and Felicity are talking about Ragman, and his being there does affect her because she acts strange. Now, she's kind of scared of him, but Curtis wants her to at least try to get out to him. Now we cut over to Samson, who's calling out his lieutenants, and he shows them now that he has super strength or powers. And he plans on staging a coup against Tobias Church by giving his own men the same abilities. So they're planning to go back to where the whole thing started. Now Green Arrow views himself as he can't keep himself in line. All right, it's just no, not himself, but his team. And Felicity goes and she gives like a metaphor for a dog, and and Oliver's like, listen, man, you're going way too far with this wild dog name. Now he's having problems with his staff and his Arrow team. So as Oliver and Green Arrow. So they Felicity tells her view on Oliver's position. Like he needs them. He's accountable for his team's mistakes because he's not doing better. But they get a warning on Samson where he is. So Arrow heads out to find his team, not Samson. Now Diggle is accepting that he's in prison because he killed Andy after having a talk with Deadshot. Now, Lila comes in and she's like, Floyd's been dead. And Diggle turns around and it shows he's been hallucinating. Like, Deadshot is dead. He is not in that cell with him. He's been talking to nobody, which is kind of strange. I guess it means he's breaking down mentally after all these years. Now, we go over to the Arrow Cave where Artemis and Curtis are training, and it's really cool because Curtis is wearing the fair play jacket. It says fair play on both arms, and he even name drops Terry Slow, the original Mr. Terrific from the JSA. It was amazing. Whew. Sorry, again, JSA fan. Now Oliver apologizes to Mad Dog, and he calls the team together, and they go out to fight him. Now it's Arrow versus Stardust, and the fight is pretty amazing. Um, he doesn't even use his bow and arrows. He just uses like his fist. WWE SmackDown, down. Now Curtis goes in with his Mr. Terrific uniform, and it's actually pretty interesting. He does draw the T on his face. He like gels his hair back. He doesn't cut his hair. He gels it down. And so he's going to destroy the facility that holds the toxins. And as this is going on, like the team is bringing down the house on the thugs. They're killing everyone. Yes, killing. He's allowing this to happen. Arrow is. Now Arrow cuts his tendons because it's like I said in the beginning, like it doesn't matter if you don't feel pain. you're still gonna die. So Arrow cuts his tendons, and that what you like. I think this was I forgot. Like season one, he threw like an arrow in someone's wrist, and he couldn't close it again. Uh, Crap, it was that guy who disappears. He puts bombs on people's necks. Anyways, after the fight, Arrow takes him to the Arrow Cave, and the team is all struck by like the suits that are in there. Now, back the next day, Oliver has like a talk with Thea, and he loves her. He doesn't want her to quit, so he goes to have a speech with the city, and again, he's like killing it. He goes like, "This staff is mine. Like everything they do is because of me. They trust me. That and his team trusts him." He doesn't say that, but he's basically says he trusts everybody, and they trust him, and that the city can trust him, and he accepts Lance as his deputy. Now the final scene is Ragman basically, well, Felicity telling Ragman about Haven's Rock, and he doesn't get angry, but he doesn't get happy. He just walks away. Oh, and last note, I know I said final scene, but Lila asks Arrow to break John out of prison. And that's where I'm going to stop this review because, oof, 11 minutes. This one a little bit longer than I expected. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm going to do my final thoughts, so let's get to it. Alright, so this is Leo's personal thoughts, and I just want to start off and say that the reason I want these videos to be like 7 to 9 minutes long is because it's really hard for me to find images. Is like the style I use. I guess because I'm new at this, I use a basic system. I'm not apologizing like I normally do. I'm just saying, like I grab the pictures, URL. You see, if you read the descriptions, you see how it is. But I ran out of pictures for this one. It's like most of the pictures were just about Stardust. It's like really, I think I used about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pictures, and then I used the Arrow logo to like finish up the video. And out of those 9 pictures, one of them was literally from I think season 3 when they introduced Deadshot. No wait, Deadshot as a Suicide Squad member. So yeah, all right, and that's how I wanted to start that off. Now, uh, Curtis, Mr. Terrific, he's more he gives me that light feel. Like he's the person in the team who he's the guy who's like everybody else is killing. He doesn't actually. Now that I think about it, he doesn't actually complain about people killing. It's just like he doesn't do it himself, which is kind of odd. You would think he would be like, "Listen, man, we need to stop killing people. I understand we want to help the people, but we got to stop killing them." Uh, but saying that, I kind of realized that the girl who plays Artemis, I don't know her real name. I think they are going with the name Crook or Croak or Croc, one of those three. She has not gotten a story. Like she has gotten a story. We know that she can fight, kinda. We know that she knows how to kill, but like they have not gone into her. But I guess that's just like next week we'll see. Because the second week we got a Mad Dog, or was that the first week? Second week I think. We got Mad Dog, then we got Mr. Terrific, and Ragman like fills up because like you're interested in him. He has magical powers. You're interested in him, but she doesn't even have a name. And sitting down thinking about it, she doesn't even have a costume. She puts black eyeliner on, like Arrow did in the first couple of seasons. Uh, Wild Dog still feels like he's going to be a villain at some point. Now, one thing I didn't add is I wanted to make 2 comments about 2 people. First one is this new DA. I know who he is. He's actually going to become a vigilante named Vigilante. I don't really know much about that character. He's before my time, but do expect him to start punching people at one point in the show. Now, that's my first comment about a person. The second comment actually isn't about a person, it's the story. One thing I kept out is the flashbacks, because I'm starting to feel like these flashbacks, they don't really hold much use, because it's not like they're showing, oh, Oliver once fought Plastic Man. They're not saying stuff like that. It's just him fighting a terrorist group called Cobra with the Brapta. And if you don't know Cobra, they fight the JSAs from now and then. For those who watch Young Justice, yes, that Cobra. but more realistic and deadly. Um, there was three. There was like a story. Like each person has a story, and this main story about this was trust. And with the Brat story, it's showing that Arrow uses like his training with them to train the recruits. So with their story, the Russian story, it's him learning to trust people, and they're like cutting into his back, or they're having him trust them. It's like they want him to trust them, like they'll watch his back, and so on and so forth. It's just the story, the background story, I guess, is meh. Personally, I don't like this flashback, but the same reason. I guess I'm waiting to see if Cobra comes up, because with Cobra they might add like, if they have like Mannheim, and I know he's like not Cobra, but it's like that's his start before he goes off and does Intergang. Like that would be awesome. It's like, oh shit, Bruno Mannheim started is a member of Cobra. Oh shit, he found a mother box. Now he's starting Intergang. Um, whew. That's about it. I liked the team. I can't wait to see how they all like form, like they put their costumes on. I'm not a fan of Curtis's gelled hair, but when you see it, it looks kind of weird. Ragman looks good. Everybody looks good again, except for Artemis, but she'll get her own. And that's about it for my thoughts. I really need to go find a place where I can find pictures and not get screwed over by YouTube. Not saying YouTube screws people over. I'm just saying like I gotta go find those images. So there may be a Legends of Tomorrow video tomorrow. There may not be. I'm not the one who's supposed to do the legends. Another member is actually supposed to do them, but he's not contacting me right now. So we'll see around tomorrow around this time. Anyways, everyone, I hope you enjoyed. Please comment, subscribe, share, like. Leave your suggestions in the comment section. We do like your feedback. Like if I'm doing anything wrong, hit me up. Well, not hit me up, but tell me. If I'm doing something you do like, tell me so I can like continue that, but not like over continue it to the point where it's just like a wet noodle. Everybody like them strong noodles that keep you up in the water. But other than that, yeah, thanks for listening. I already told you, or asked you those things to do. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully not me, but the other guy.